This is VOA News. I'm Jim Burtell. Lawyers for the Justice Department confirmed to a federal judge Friday they are still working to add a question about citizenship to the census. AP's Sagar Meghani reports U.S. President Donald Trump says he's considering various ways to force the inclusion of the question on next year's census.
The Supreme Court has at least temporarily blocked the administration from asking about citizenship. The president says he's considering an executive order in a bid to change that.
It's one of the ways that we're thinking about doing it very seriously.
An executive order by itself would not override court rulings blocking the question, but might give administration lawyers new ways of persuading courts to include it. The census questionnaires are already being printed without the question, but the president's holding out hope.
Maybe do an addendum after we get a positive decision.
Sagar Meghani at the White House.
NATO and Russia did not make any breakthroughs on the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty in talks Friday. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says the treaty is in danger.
Unfortunately, we have not seen any signs of a breakthrough, and time is running out. Today, allies urged Russia once again to return to full and verifiable compliance with the treaty.
Moscow says it is fully in compliance with the treaty, which eliminated the medium-range missile arsenals of the two countries. The United States is set to pull out of the treaty on August 2nd. The Afghan Taliban and the United States took a break from a seventh round of peace negotiations Friday, saying they have made good progress over the past 6 days on reaching an agreement on a timetable for foreign troops to leave Afghanistan. The insurgent group spokesman says the dialogue will resume on Saturday. From Washington, this is VOA News. The detention of a supertanker off the coast of Gibraltar, suspected of smuggling Iranian oil, is adding to spiraling tensions between Washington and Tehran. Iranian officials say the seizure of a ship that appeared to be heading for Syria was at the behest of the U.S. Western diplomats are braced for Iranian reprisals, most likely in the Strait of Hormuz. UN agencies are calling for the release of all refugees and migrants from Libyan detention centers. The call comes in the wake of Tuesday's deadly airstrike on the Tajura detention center. The International Organization for Migration confirms 53 people, including 6 children, were killed. IOM spokesman Joel Millman says 350 migrants remain in the camps.
Approximately 180, slightly more, people in the Tajura detention center had already been registered for evacuation under the voluntary humanitarian assistance flights that we've been running out of Libya. We know of 2 people for certain who have died who were going to leave.
The UNHCR is calling for an independent investigation to determine who carried out the airstrike. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro oversaw a military parade to mark the country's Independence Day Friday. This, as the embattled socialist leader comes under mounting criticism for using brutal tactics to crush his opponents. In a sign of increasing international pressure on Maduro, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, issued a scathing report Thursday accusing Venezuela's security forces of more than 5,000 killings last year.
Our report notes attacks against actual or perceived political opponents and human rights defenders, ranging from threats and smear campaigns to arbitrary detention, torture and ill treatment, sexual violence, killings, and enforced disappearance.
Deputy Foreign Minister William Castillo fired back, saying the report failed to reflect the reality in Venezuela. A civil lawsuit by a young man who said actor Kevin Spacey groped him in a Nantucket bar in 2016 has been dropped. AP's Jennifer King reports.
The plaintiff's attorney announced in an email that the suit has been voluntarily dismissed. No reason for dropping the case was provided. Spacey still faces a criminal charge of indecent assault and battery. The plaintiff alleged that Spacey got him drunk and sexually assaulted him at the Club Car restaurant, where the then 18-year-old man worked as a busboy. The criminal case is centered on a cell phone used by the accuser, which the defense says it needs in order to recover text messages. Here's Kevin Spacey's defense attorney, Alan Jackson, in a Nantucket courtroom on June 6th.
When he handed the phone over to the police, he deleted the entire message except for the word help.
An attorney for the man says they can't find the phone, and a judge has given them until Monday to hand it over. I'm Jennifer King.
And from Washington, I'm Jim Burtell, VOA News.